Good morning, folks. Brother Cross here at BJC Outdoors. Hey, we're down here on Tennessee River this morning. Gonna do a little dragging starting out. Probably be the only thing we do. It's gonna be hot today, man. It's in the upper 90s again. We're gonna start out real shallow this morning, fishing on some shell beds. Right now, in 8-10 foot. A lot of times, you know, this time of year, there's a lot of bait up here, man. Seeing a lot of shad. I think I'm seeing some skipjack jump here and there. And big bluecat and flathead move up here on these flats and chase this bait around. You know, that's the easiest meal for them to find. So we're gonna try it this morning. I got some bluegill I'm gonna drag. I got 3 skipjack I caught yesterday. Took me 3 hours to get them, but hey, we got them. Enough to fish with this morning anyway. I wore the hiney plumb off of a shiny hiney, trying to catch some. Like I said, man, things, they're hard to get in my area, but from what I'm hearing, they're hard to get in a lot of places right now where they ain't never been hard to get. So it may just be something going on with the water temperature. Maybe this African dust. I don't know what it is, but something's got it messed up. But anyway, bait ain't a struggle, but it's one thing for sure. You're only as good as the bait you can get. So we're gonna get these baited up and drag up through here. Like I said, I don't know if any big fish have moved up in here yet, but we're fixing to find out. So let me get these baited up and y'all stay tuned. Let's see what we can do. I got some pretty good sized bluegill. We're gonna start out with the skipjack gonna be on the outside. I got the bluegill running on the inside. Starting out, you know, a lot of times I get mixed up as the day goes on, but that's how I'm gonna start out anyway. You know, bluegill's a real good bait, man. I've caught some good fish, you know, last couple times out on bluegill because I couldn't get any skipjack. But skipjack is my favorite by far. And if we could use white bass here, man, it'd be a game changer because there's so many white bass. There's probably more white bass in my area than anything. That was one reason I couldn't catch skipjack, because there's so many white bass below the dams. The bite don't last long. What skipjack do bite, it don't last long. You know, this time of year it's so hot. But hey, we got enough to fish today. That's good enough for me. Take it one day at a time. We'll let tomorrow worry about itself. I'm just thankful we got a beautiful day, man. The wind's blowing out the south. Pretty light this morning. It's pretty rough across the river, but this morning we're blessed with a beautiful morning. I don't get many days like this, especially on this lake. But I'm gonna get these planer boards way out as far as I can, or as far as I think I need to, because we're running in this shallow water. You know, I try to keep them out as far as I can from the boat. There should be some big fish in here. You know, they may not be up this shallow, but they're somewhere between here and that main ledge, no doubt. We're starting out pulling at 0.7. That was a good speed for the last few times I've been out. So we're gonna start that. We can always back off. It's one thing for sure, the fish that are up here shallow like this, they're up here to feed. So, you know, if you run across them, you're gonna get some bites. All right, folks, we're fishing. Get these suspended rods put up. I actually came out here to do some suspending this morning. I always like to start out with that first thing if I can. And with my suspending spot, it's getting beat down by the wind, so it ain't too bad, but it was, you know, I like to suspend in calm water. And out there where my spot is, I feel like I could catch a big one first thing. It was pretty choppy, so I said, well, we'll just go ahead and go start dragging and save that for evening or another morning when it's calm. So, well, all right. Got skipjack on the outside. bluegill in the middle, pulling at 0.7 and 8-10 foot. So we're gonna drag her and see. It won't take long to find out. Oh, there we go, folks. That's a good one right there. Oh, pull and drag. Yep, that's a good fish right there. Turn this thing down just a little bit. It hit like a good one for sure. Oh, yeah, that's a good fish. Come up way back there. Hope I can keep it out of this other line. Yeah, that's a big fish right there, man. Golly. Stay hooked up, baby. It's on those skipjack head right there. That's a good one right there. Golly. Get in there. Ooh-wee. All right. Reel some of this line up. Come on in here, biggin'. Man, live, folks. Hey, you never know. You never know where them big ones gonna be. They don't always stay deep. You know, you think, you know, summertime, water temp 86 degrees this morning. That them big fish will be out there in the deep water, but they don't always do that. Now, they will, you know, eventually head back out. But let me raise this camera up, folks. I dropped my camera down earlier and didn't raise it back up. I hope y'all seen that. Well, all right. Get this thing situated and let y'all get a look at her. Big old post-spawn girl. She's got some fresh scars on her. She's cut up pretty good. Big old blue right there, man. I said she's bleeding, got blood on her stuff. She's probably a late spawner, but you just don't never know, man. I know they up here feeding on this shad stuff, but well, all right, well, let me get her back. It's hot, man. Can't let them stay out long. All right, girl. One good thing about these shallow water fish, you ain't got to worry about burping them or anything, because they up here this shallow. They ain't got no air in them. Man, that's awesome. Start out with a big fish of the day. You can't beat that. Well, all right. Let me get this baited back up and see if we can get us another one. I said big fish of the day first thing, but hey, you never know when you catch one like that right off the bat. Which we drove a couple 100 yards. You know, we ain't just like sit down right on top of her or nothing, but like I said, it being hot like this, man, you got to capitalize on the bites you can get early, because you know that could be the last bite of the day, but at least it was a big one. I got one other little small tap, and that's it. But I come across this spot that I said to myself, that looks like a good place for big fish, and it was. But like I said, I fished this area right here several times, but I don't never overfish it, because most of the time, what you can see now, when I got out here, there's no wind. Now we got a strong crosswind, so it makes it difficult to fish out here. So I don't get to fish it very often. But when I do get a chance, I take advantage of it. I got my little bait rod out the back too. I seen some skipjack jumping a while ago. They're just randomly busting here and there, but I thought, why not? So I throw one of my bait rods out, and we're just trolling with it behind the boat too. I'm pulling at 0.7, so I can do that, but so far I haven't got any bite. I just don't hope it don't get in the way. You know, a lot of them fish in the shallow water, they like to cross. You know, you'll hang them over here and they'll go all the way across the back of the boat, and from one side to the other, and a lot of times it causes you problems. But like I said, it's so hot right now, man. It's supposed to be in I think 98, 99 degrees today. Heat index around 110, 115. You know, you can't stay out here long. I mean, I can handle it, but you know, I'm not gonna put the fish through the misery of taking a chance on losing one. So we got a little more current than we normally have, or a lot more than we have had in the mornings. Right now it's running about 23,000 CFS, and it's supposed to get stronger, you know, in the evenings. But with this wind, I know the wind's supposed to blow today, but of course I didn't know it was gonna blow this hard this early. But you can't fish this area out here, you know, once it gets above 10 mile an hour. Really, it's the gusts, man. You get them gusts. You know, it'll be blowing across the river, but when you get out in front of these hollers or these big sloughs, you know, that's where the wind can pick up some speed. We're gonna get it while we can. Like I said, this time of year, if I'm fishing in the daytime, it's going, you know, in the morning, I'll be home by 10 o'clock. I mean, I just don't fish no later than that. It's just too hot. But I just had to come out here and try it, man. Like I said, I hadn't been out in several days, and the way my bait situation worked out yesterday, and it was very windy yesterday. Matter of fact, I got blowed off the river trying to catch skipjack, so it wasn't no way to come out yesterday and try it. So I'm gonna come out this morning. I'm really wanting to suspend, man. I got some good places for that right now, but I got to get the conditions right. You know, I don't like suspending when you got wind blowing, because you got boat flap. You know, and your baits don't sit still; they're sitting there, you know, bouncing up off the bottom. I like for everything to be still when I'm suspending. So we're gonna eventually cross some shells, and I'm pretty sure we'll pick up something when we get to that point. Let me get this tripod out of the way, folks. I was trying to do another video, and I knew it was gonna happen. It always does. Trying to do a video on my rig, but I guess we'll start over with that. And I just got that out of my mouth. That's probably gonna end up getting a bite while I was trying to do it, so, but that's okay. I can do that video anytime. Feels like another good fish. Yep. They come up quick, folks, in this shallow water. keep him out of that line if I could. Hope I could. I better get that one up or I'm gonna have a mess. Well, I don't know, he's trying to stay on the outside of it. Yeah, I better get it in a little bit if I don't. He's making it difficult for me. Yeah, he's staying down. That's gonna be another good fish right there. Just stay hooked up, baby. Yeah, that's another good one. Yes, sir. Oh my goodness gracious. He ain't nothing like that last one, but it's still a good one. That is a big-headed male right there. All right, folks, see if we can get this rascal up. He's wanting that crazy. He's a mean old rascal. A big old head on him. He's skinny, man, from the spawn. Tore all to pieces. Well, all right, let's get him back, man. Can't let him dry out. Don't take long. There you go. I love it when they do that. It scares the crap out of you. Folks, telling you what, man, I love this place out here. It's one of my favorite places to fish on this lake. Some good fish in here too, but the conditions, man, just won't let me fish it that often, and it won't let me fish it that long. Usually when I do. I was trying to make a little video there, a little video on how I tie my rigs up, and I thought this would be a perfect time, you know. The bite's kind of slow. You know, we're fishing for big fish. We're not getting a lot of bites. I'm not out here where there is a bunch of small fish, so I thought I'd had time. As soon as I started, I mentioned something about if I can do this, because normally I get a bite, and it wasn't 3 seconds, man. That one took off. But anyway, that's what I get for trying to do too much at one time. I hadn't got a bite on bluegill. It's all been skipjack. So now I got skipjack on these two, bluegill on these two. I was hoping I'd get the fish tomorrow. The reason I was trying to kind of ration my skipjack, not use them all, but it's hard to it's hard to save 3 skipjack, you know, for 2 days of fishing. But I was hoping I could split it up and do, you know, some of it with bluegill this morning. But we done caught two quality fish, you know, on one skipjack, so you can't beat that. And these are still baited off that same skipjack, so they was big ones, you know, big skipjack. They wasn't the Mongos, but they was close. I think I done figured it out, folks. They know I got skipjack in here today, so they ain't eating that little scrawny bluegill. They want that big fat skipjack. You know, bluegill, especially on my night trips, I got as much confidence in bluegill as I do skipjack. But in the daytime, it can be different. And I think at nighttime, you know, bluegill, I think they get kind of hunkered down on the bottom, you know, and they eating them shells and stuff. Where skipjack, I think they get out in deeper water and suspend. So it makes, you know, kind of makes sense of why they hit the bluegill at night where they not touching in the daytime. But like I said earlier, you know, you're only as good as the bait you got, and it's you know, like I said, I'd prefer skipjack over anything. You know, as far as what we can use here in Alabama. But I can't always get it. You know, like I said, I worked hard for them three. I caught, took me 3.5 hours to catch them. But I know that, you know, no matter what, even if I caught one, it was worth it. You know, that one skipjack's caught me 2 good fish this morning. So it is worth it, but it's aggravating, you know. But it'll restock eventually, you know, once they pass the law and stop all this over harvesting and stuff. It'll get back where it was. It'll take several years, but and it makes it, they'll get easier to catch. You know, what's available will be easier to catch. You know, cooler when it gets cooler toward the fall. You know, I mean, I've seen them sporadically jump here and there. You know, but they're not schooled up enough where you can catch them. And you know, I'm not gonna chase after them. You know, I'm not gonna try to chase them. Something going on right here. I don't know if it's a fish or hung up. We're finna see in just a second. Yeah, it just hung up. Now that's a fish right there. Yep, that's a fish right there. Whatever it come across and almost got hung on, there's a fish laying on it. I think I'm getting a skipjack bite back here. Man, I don't know if I want to lose a catfish over a skipjack or not, but I had skipjack biting on that right there. It's the first bite I got on my bait rod. I don't think this is no big fish. Nah, he ain't no biggin'. I need to get him on in here. I'm finna hang him up, try to catch a skipjack if that's what that's got hold of that old Foley spoon. He's a fat rascal, I know that. See if I got him hooked good. Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. What we got here? Ain't no skipjack, but that's why them catfish up here, man. All this little bait fish and white bass and everything else is up shallow eating that fry. Come on in here, fat boy. Yeah, I thought a fish hit this one, but it was hung up, and as soon as it come off, this one slammed it. So he was laying around, whatever it was. Ain't a bad fish right there. We'll take it. That size and bigger, man, that's kind of what we're after, you know. He ain't what you call a quality fish, but quality enough. Now don't you act a fool now. They healthy, man. They're up here feeding. Well, all right. Let me get her back. That one there hit bluegill. So first bite I got on bluegill. Something about this African, some kind of sandstorm or something other in Africa, South Africa or something, man. That's kind of blows my mind. As far away as that is, that we got dust or smoke or whatever it is off of it. Well, all right. Well, we know one will hit a bluegill anyway. We're coming up on another good spot. I think should be holding a good fish if we get that bait in front of it. I believe the wind's fixing to cut us short, folks. It's starting to get up across here pretty stout. It's starting to blow my boat around. Them planer boards just about behind the boat, and these right here was up here about to outrun the boat. It never fails out here, but you know, hey, it is to be expected. I think I'm gonna save what skipjack I've got left. I've got 2 whole ones left, and I got several bluegill, which I can get bluegill all I want, but I think I'm gonna save them and go do a suspending trip in the morning. But we are gonna finish out this drag. We got about, I don't know, 7,500 yards. And I already got these baited. We're gonna fish till the bait's gone. At least the skipjack's gone. I'm not gonna waste it. So we're not done yet. But I think this may be our last drag right here. This last little piece right here, folks, is where we're probably going. If we're gonna catch another fish, this is where it happens. Hey, folks, while I'm thinking about it, y'all go check out my buddy Bill Reddock Outdoors. He's got a YouTube channel, man. He's been doing this for a while. He's a great friend of mine, man. A good Christian man, godly man. He's got some entertaining stuff on his channel. He's a hoot, man. I tell you, he knows a lot about fishing, a lot about hunting. Man can play the heck out of a guitar too. So y'all go check him out, man. He's a great friend of mine. And subscribe to his channel, man. Help him out. He's coming up with me here not long, you know, in the fall. I think his brother's coming up. They're gonna come do a trip with me and fish. But anyway, y'all check him out. Bill Reddock Outdoors. You won't regret it. Oh crap! Oh, there he is, folks. I know we was getting close to that spot. He's gonna get in that other line. I believe he is. Not if I can hip it. I was trying to get me a drink of water here, and I just got back here and that one took off. You hook good, you ain't going nowhere. See you what, hang on there a minute, buddy. Squirt you some water in the floor. There you go. If you'll stay right there, you'll be all right. Beautiful blue cat right there, folks. Ain't no big one, man, it's beautiful. Well, all right. Folks, we got a storm coming right yonder. I had no idea it was even supposed to storm today. I got so excited coming out, I didn't even look. I thought it was just that haze off of that African smoke or whatever it is they talking about. But I just looked at the radar. I know it's getting awful black back there. But we fix to go ahead and get out of here, man, before we get soaked. And that way, if we can get out in the morning, we will. So I like to let that one get too close to me. It's just, I mean, it's raining right there at that point. I don't know if I'll get out of here before it hits or not. But it's just that unstable front, folks. It's still hanging around. It ain't much of it left, but it's still enough to mess up your fishing trip. But well, anyway, I'm gonna end on that one, folks. Get this stuff up, get out of here. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all then, and God bless you.